Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Well, we've come to the end of the week, and we just want to share with you some of our final thoughts regarding, this week's lesson. Friday's lesson reminds us why it is so critically important to understand what happens when you die. As Ellen White so aptly points out, it saves us, from two dangers. The first being that of taking our own lives in the hopes of immediately going to a better place. A person who is suffering, emotionally or physically, might take their life because death would send them off to, a better place. As Sister White puts it in The Great Controversy, it seems an easy thing to break the brittle thread of life and soar away into the bliss, of the eternal world. Or how about the person who took a kamikaze run at a battleship and did so believing that such a sacrifice on the field of battle was a path to the afterlife? Or the person who fought in battle or strapped a bomb to their body and did so because they thought that death would lead to the afterlife. After all, who wouldn't want to die if dying meant immediately you went to heaven? And if that were true, then what are we doing here? Let's all die and move on to the good life. Do you see how an understanding of the true nature of death can protect us from an untimely death? And that's the first danger. The second danger comes when we believe that we can communicate with the dead. The Bible absolutely forbids this, and for a good reason. If the dead know nothing and have nothing to do with anything under the sun, then we have to ask, if they're not talking to us, who is? And this right here is going to be one of the last great deceptions at the end of time. Satan and his angels will show up as dead loved ones. They will look and sound exactly like our loved ones did. They will profess to be in heaven with God. They will profess to have messages from God when in fact they are demons looking to deceive people. Now imagine how many people are going to fall for this deception because they believe that when people die, they go to heaven. God in His great love for us has determined that when we die, we remain in our graves. No heaven or hell, just sleep. This truth protects us from an untimely and unnecessary death of ourselves and sometimes the taking of the lives of others. It also protects us from any lies and deceptions from the enemy. Death is asleep because for God, it was the most loving thing He could do for us and those we love. Well, that was our lesson for this week. Now it's your turn. Please come out on Sabbath and share your thoughts and questions with your local Sabbath school class. And please, don't forget to join us next week as Thando shares with us her thoughts regarding next week's lesson, which is entitled, The Old Testament Hope. Thank you for joining us. Happy Sabbath to come. Take a look at your lesson, and God bless.